Greetings, everyone! We're going to talk about giving your monsters magic items. It might be something that you don't think about because typically in the monster manual, very few monsters by the book are given magic items. There really isn't any official rules about in the book that says, here's a mechanic to decide if a monster should have a magic item. It's so totally up to you as a DM to invent this. And I think it makes sense in certain cases. And if you're not doing it, I think you're missing out on something that could spice up your encounters. So what are some of the things we need to think about, though? Well, you don't want to have a lot of, well, by the book, a gnoll is supposed to have a spear, which let's not get into that. Why do all gnolls have spears? But you don't want to be giving, left and right every encounter a gnoll a spear +1, because then when it dies and your party members are collecting an entire basket of spear +1s like candy, that can get a little weird and odd. It should be something that's, I guess, a special thing. So then immediately you can think about it's for the leader. And that kind of makes sense, right? Because that's maybe why that gnoll is the leader. Because they have this fearsome magic item that all the other gnolls are afraid of. So when you don't want it to be too powerful, because again, you don't want it to be a flail +3 of life stealing, whatever you might want to invent. It's going to be something that the heroes are likely going to end up with. So think of it, though, as though, at the final boss, I'm going to have some treasure, and I kind of wanted to give out a magic item. Well, don't just have the magic item in the chest. Have the boss use it. So the boss has a flail +1 and gets to use it during the whole combat. So it's going to really engage the players. They're going to be like, whoa, look! You can scribe the flail that it has a faint blue glow, and they're immediately going to be like, whoa, what's that about? They're going to be engaged. They're going to be really interested in fighting that creature and getting that flail. Another interesting idea is if the combat's, the heroes are winning, the gnoll with the magic flail can start to run away, and they're immediately going to be like, no, I want that. And so that can add a really interesting dynamic to the whole experience. Now, another thing is other minor items that are usable, like potions of healing. I would hand those out like candy to some different monsters. Well, why wouldn't they have access to these things just like the heroes do? And use them, so don't forget about them. So let's get into that. One thing there's a lot going on during a combat. You can easily forget that I meant to give the leader a potion of healing, and I never used it. So this is where the tool can come in and help remind you. So we're going to as a wrap-up, we're going to take a quick look at how Kobold Helper, the combat tracker that I wrote, can help you remember that you've decided to give your boss or whoever some special items and make sure you use them. Okay, so let's take a look at that now. I got my browser up. I'm at koboldhelper.com, so let's take a look at, if I were setting up a combat, how the tool can help me remember if I want to give a special item to a certain monster. Set up as a DM. We're going to add some monsters. We're going to add some gnolls. Oops. Gnoll. Quickly find our gnoll. We're going to add a bunch of gnolls. And the idea is that maybe gnoll number 3 is going to have a little bit something special, because that's what I want to do to spice it up. Has flail +1 and a potion of healing. So I've got my note. A little lock icon is indicating it's private, only I'm going to see it, because I don't want to reveal that to my party members. And so gnoll 2 goes along, and it advances. Gnoll 1, gnoll 3, and prominently in the center to sort of really just make it obvious to me, to remind me, oh yeah, gnoll 3, I wanted to have a flail +1 and has a potion of healing. And as soon as I drink the potion, I can just update the note. It's that simple. So it's a simple thing to help me. There's a lot going on during combat, and I could easily forget that gnoll 3 was supposed to have a a magic flail, and I forgot to add the +1 to the damage to the hit roll. With this note that's right in your face, hopefully that could be a thing of the past. Okay, so that's it. Simple update, and I think it could have a ton of usages, other the private notes that is, as well. But that's how Cobalt Helper can help you. Again, totally free. All you got to do is have a browser, go to Cobalt Helper, and enjoy. Thanks, everybody.